W2 bus to LaGuardia Airport. This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform. This is a Flushing Main Street Bound 7 local train. The next stop is 103rd Street, Corona Plaza.
What's up, everyone? I recorded this video on Thursday, January 6th, 2022. The time is 2:52 p.m. and the temperature is 38 Fahrenheit, 3 degrees Celsius. This is the Junction Boulevard stop on the number 7 train. Junction Boulevard straddles both neighborhoods of Jackson Heights and Corona. Very busy subway stop. It's an express stop on the 7 as well as a local. But in this video, I'm going to be walking Junction Boulevard and 94th Street all the way to LaGuardia Airport. This part of Jackson Heights and Corona has a lot of culture. Lots of Hispanics live here. You see, the streets are quite lively already. Feels like you're in a different part of New York City when you get off the subway stop. As you see here, music's already playing. We got some fried chicken here. Siba. Actually, it's a bakery. I thought it was fried chicken. This is Roosevelt Avenue, which the 7 train runs on. Plenty of stores all along Junction Boulevard. The start of Junction Boulevard actually begins at Queens Boulevard, where the Queens Center Mall is. I've also done a video of Queens Center Mall. It's the most profitable mall in the United States per square foot. And it's hard to believe it's here in New York City, in Queens. $4 for eyebrow threading. That's an inexpensive price. I rarely see eyebrow threading for less than that. This area is filled with many different businesses, all from pizzerias to jewelry places to electronics stores. So along this walk, I'll actually be walking past some major cross streets. Some of them include Northern Boulevard, Astoria Boulevard, and the Grand Central Parkway. Also, this street becomes 94th Street as soon as I cross into the neighborhood of East Elmhurst at 32nd Avenue. It's a big shoe store. And originally, this street was named Junction Avenue. I don't know when it was renamed. nor even the history of why it's called Junction Avenue or Junction Boulevard. But I know it is a pretty important street here in Queens. It's also served entirely by the Q72 bus route, which runs along its entire length. It definitely feels like Latin America when you walk through here. Take a look at this bodega's name. It's called the Junction Stop. Fitting name for local business. Could work for a restaurant or any other business for that matter here.
L'importante è che se le...
And after that block, it's starting to get a lot more quiet now. So I'm reading some history right now. That subway stop which I got off at was originally called Junction Avenue, and it opened in April 1917 as part of the IRT Flushing line. And it was renamed as Junction Boulevard in 1940. So presumably the street name changed between those 2 years. Planet Hobby Wood. The D looked a little bit strange, which is why I was hesitant to say it out loud. They've got some cute little toys and accessories here. There's a discount store across the street that closed up. $1, 59 cents, 79 cents, and 99 cents. And because the store is blasting music, I'm going to try to continue to talk over it and hopefully not be able to get a copyright claim. But there's a really cool little restaurant here, authentic Indian Nepalese dishes and Junction Deals, another reference to the Junction Boulevard name, also using it in the business name. Here we've got a karate and kickboxing store on the second level. This entire walk to the airport shouldn't really take longer than 45 minutes, I think. I also want to see the airport because I know they're doing a lot of construction there. The central terminal has completely been renovated, and I still haven't seen it yet. Also, the Delta terminal is planned to get renovated. I don't know when that's going to be opening up.
A $5 las mascarillas, a $5.
Junction Seafood Restaurant, Spanish American food. I'm sure most of these restaurants in this area are excellent. I haven't exactly been exploring this neighborhood that often, nor have I tried the food out in this area too much. This is kind of cool. There's a restaurant in the back, quesadillas, 3 for $10.
Aprendí a ver dónde.
One thing I hate about the scaffolding is that now I want to cross over here because you have these planters, but the crossbars make it impossible. And the plant is also reducing the space here. I guess this is their local grocery store, the Food Bazaar. We should be crossing over Northern Boulevard soon. Right after 34th Avenue. Northern Boulevard, if you don't know, is the longest continuously named street on Long Island. It extends all the way from Long Island City at Jackson Avenue and Queens Boulevard, and it goes almost to the border of Suffolk County near Cold Spring Harbor, I believe. And after that, it continues as Route 25A all the way to pretty much the tip of Long Island. Actually, it is 25A even in Long Island City. This is 34th Avenue. Much of the street is a Safe Streets initiative going down towards, I think 60th Street, I believe. That's where they call it the Open Streets program. And drivers still can drive on the streets, but there's no through traffic and they have to go really slowly.
And then today
That program was put in place in 2020 to allow New Yorkers more room to walk around and not have to worry about car traffic. I'm looking at the Google Maps route right now, and it looks like that Open Streets initiative continues until 69th Street. And Junction Boulevard is pretty much the terminus on the eastern side. So there's the more residential side of Junction Boulevard. A lot of these apartment buildings and multi-family homes. It's a pretty unique one in green and orange. And for those of you craving vintage, we have an old sign for the U.S. Post Office. I remember that logo. You no longer use it anymore, but it's here. This laundromat also has a old logo for their sign. And here's Northern Boulevard. There's a lot of activity that happens on Northern Boulevard. It's one of the most important streets in Queens. It's also dangerous to cross because of the heavy automobile traffic that it gets. And because of trucks driving on that median like that over there. This bank has a drive-through. I don't think I've ever used a drive-through ATM before. So over here is where the neighborhood names kind of get strange, because some people here consider this Jackson Heights. Other people will call it East Elmhurst. Here's the senator's office, which is, they have it as East Elmhurst. But Google Maps has East Elmhurst starting at 32nd Avenue. And what makes it even more confusing is that Elmhurst proper is below Jackson Heights. And here we have East Elmhurst. If you think about it, this should be like North Elmhurst. Because East Elmhurst is, although it is east of Elmhurst, it's more north. So I don't really know why that is, but that's what we have now. Domino's Pizza. And here is where the street officially changes from Junction Boulevard to 94th Street. Last we'll see of Junction Boulevard. And if you see the street sign there, now it says 94th Street. across the street here. Also want to show you the Louis Armstrong Intermediate School 227. Impressive building. And also this small little plaza, appropriately called Veterans Plaza. And here's a street that I don't think I've ever encountered in my time living in Queens. Jackson Mill Road. And there's a plane that's taking off from LaGuardia. These people here have to constantly endure the plane noises. Oh, and look at this. They really carved a monster out of this tree. Well, actually they didn't. They just nailed the face and arms to the tree. You know what? Let me go back and take a picture. It's pretty funny. I'll send it to my friend. I guess when you come here, you gotta be aware of scary tree monsters too. This homeowner still has some Christmas decorations up, although the inflatables are all deflated now. This is 31st Avenue. I like to ride on this street on my scooter or my bicycle, since it has a bike lane pretty much its entire length. What's also interesting about 31st Avenue is that it's a continuous street that continues past the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway, along with 32nd Avenue and 34th Avenue. I think 35th also goes through, but 30th Avenue does not. So many people get tripped up depending on which side of the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway your place lands on. This 30th Avenue is much quieter than the one in Astoria, Queens. That one has a bustling commercial hub, along with many restaurants. Over here, 30th Avenue is mainly a residential area. And here's the Q72 bus going to Queens Boulevard, like I said. We're about to cross one of the busiest streets in all of Queens, and that's Astoria Boulevard. Many drivers will use Astoria Boulevard as an alternative to Northern Boulevard. Its original name was Flushing Avenue because it runs all the way to Flushing, Queens, but it was renamed, and there were many plans for Astoria Boulevard, especially by master planner Robert Moses. He wanted to turn Astoria Boulevard into a highway, and parts of his work can actually be found where Astoria Boulevard and Northern Boulevard intersect. There is a section there which is part of what was then the proposed Astoria Expressway, but that was never completed. But if you look at Astoria Boulevard anyway, pretty much already is a highway. There's 4 lanes of traffic here already. I guess I could cross. You can see the skyline of Manhattan there. I don't think I've ever eaten at this diner before. The Buccaneer Diner number 2, I guess. Or is it Pie? I'm not sure. Hello. Interesting location for a law firm. You would think that's somebody's house. Or maybe they used part of it as a residence and part of it for the law office. This is rather odd to have this awning here on the bottom like that. Meanwhile, this side does not have one. This might be the most unique house on the block. It's a different roof than everyone else's. I thought this was snow at one point, but it just looks like a plastic covering. This tree looks like it's in bad shape. Very stressed out. And yet another tree that does not look good. A lot of the outer bark has been eaten away. Hopefully it can make it. You know, this is the second time that I've seen Jackson Mill Road. Wasn't Jackson Mill Road back there? It's here again. I'll have to look into it. Might be an interesting street to walk on. And we've got Stop One grocery store. I love the awning here. Looks like there's a dog in that yard there, but I do not want to get near it. Even though there's a fence, it's very possible that they go through the fence. Yes, beware of dog is right. They got 3 signs there. Even though most dogs are friendly, you never know. And here we're starting to get into the exciting part where we're on a downhill into LaGuardia Airport, which you can see off in the distance there. This used to be the home of a rental car agency, but it's been abandoned. There's actually a pretty cool park near here called Plainview Park. It's on the border of 23rd Avenue and the Grand Central Parkway, where you can see the planes take off and land. I will make a separate video of the LaGuardia Airport Central Terminal by itself. It should be up shortly after I post this one, probably the next day, or if it's already up, you could browse my history and find it. I have walked the old terminal, but not the newer one. The Landing Hotel. Neat name for a hotel, that's for sure. Wonder how much it costs to stay here. This area really isn't the most convenient place to be unless you're driving, though, to get to and from Manhattan. The public buses will take you to the subway, but as you saw, it can get quite busy down there, and you're not within walking distance of any trains. And let me see how I'm going to manage this. I think the sidewalk is only on the right side, so I'm gonna have to cross over to get over to LaGuardia Airport there. Yeah, this sidewalk is completely closed. I don't know why they even bothered to put a traffic signal here and then covered it up. Or maybe there used to be a crosswalk that way and they removed it. And I think I'll end my video over here, and I'll start up my video of the airport by itself. But if you enjoyed my walkthrough of Junction Boulevard and 94th Street, all the way from Jackson Heights, Corona, and East Elmhurst, then smash the like button for me, subscribe for some more videos like these, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.